Okay.
Okay.
What did you notice? What are the gaps?
Their topic sentences
Mm-hmm.
don't tell us what their paragraphs are going to be about or they should be about.
Yep.
Like this third one, change your responses. Like I know where he's going,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not like exactly matching what it should be about.
Mm-hmm.
And the second one, it lacks what the challenge is. In the first one, it lacks. Yeah, the first one's okay. It talks about being a response, but it's not, I don't know, as explicit.
Where do you see him talking about a response?
In the first one?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he tries to talk about response. He says response. So like he knows the paragraph's supposed to be about the response, but he doesn't say what the response is.
Yeah. So I would say he doesn't talk about a response.
Okay.
Like he says the word response, but
And then like his analysis of what it shows is not what the analysis doesn't tell me about the character.
yep.
Yep.
So what would be the main thing that you would push him on to get him to be a better writer?
The main thing,
Uh-huh.
I feel like starting with topic sentences
Yep.
to organize, like that would help him organize the paragraphs. I think this is paragraphs I'm saying him.
I'm also seeing evidence of a lack of just like clear structure,
Mm-hmm.
which is interesting because you didn't like this graphic organizer, but I would agree that the graphic organizer isn't in its most perfect form. But then, like, what are we going to use to help them
Mhm.
get a clear structure? Okay, let's move on to the next one. This one I actually want to look for some strengths because I think there are a lot of strengths in this one.
Is this? This is Alea's. I liked Alea's.
So in terms of the standard and the task, what are some strengths that we're seeing?
It being crazy,
She's really explicit of like the beginning, the end,
Yep.
which is nice. Her paragraphs are pretty structured. They follow like a logical order. They don't jump around. Her last topic sentence is pretty good. That's what it's literally, she mimicked back the question, which is
Yep.
beautiful.
Okay, what would be the gap?
Her topic sentences for 1 and 2 don't talk about responses. And then I think I'd push her on using, like, introducing evidence, introducing her analysis and things like that. Because, like, her ideas are all there. It's just, it's very choppy. This is why I think this shows that she is, like, I feel like introducing
Okay.
would be a thing for her.
All right, I would agree. So what would be the main thing that you would push her on?
Transition words? Transitions? Flow of ideas? Removing the I from your writing?
Yeah, I mean, I think transitions. I think she does have good topic sentences. They're just not necessarily at the beginning of the paragraph, which, like, that's okay. Like, that's Arthur's. Bye, sweetie. And getting to your point of like following a formula, I think once you see writers writing like this, you can push them beyond.
A formula.
Yeah.
Good job.
But I think they need to be writing like this before you try to push them beyond.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's skip to a low. Actually, no, let's look at the median because those are two highs. So let's just look for gaps.
Mm-hmm. Topic sentences. Her last paragraph doesn't explicitly analyze her change, like her analysis. It like does the compare and contrast, but doesn't tell me how she's changed as a person.
Okay, let's quickly look at a low.
Let's look at probably not Japan. Okay.
The second one.
Or this, I feel like that's not a fair example.
Oh, okay.
Below. That one. It seemed like he doesn't introduce the event. It doesn't seem like it's fully understanding what the task is asking.
Yeah, I was going
to
to say there's no understanding the task. So what do you think is the main gap that you're seeing in your students' writing in order to get a 4 on this assignment?
I mean, I think I would say, because I've heard their conversations and their conversations are there. So I would want to say like understanding the task and then organizing it. Because I feel like once they have a system of organization and like can go from the task to understanding how they can organize it, they'll be able to plug their ideas in. But that's where they're struggling.
Okay.
I would say.
Okay, so structure and organization.
Yeah.
Like, what is a paragraph supposed to look like?
And like, how do I take this topic and understand what my paragraph should look like?
Okay. I agree. I was going to say topic sentences, but I think
I
that...
feel like that would go into, like, that would help them structure their paragraph.
Yeah, but I think first things first, I would agree that I think it's the structure.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think the gap was in terms of, like, our instruction and why they're struggling with that?
I think, on my part, I personally, I don't think I did a great job at building towards the end goal of like, this is going to be one essay.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, I don't think like I synthesized that as well as I should, because I was following very much like paragraphs about this event. Now this paragraph's about this event. And like, so when we got to that third paragraph, I was kind of like, kicking myself in the butt. So I think that like I need to, for the next time, like really, if like it's gonna be this choppy writing, really being explicit about what my end goal is, so I can get them there.
Okay. So I would agree. I think, yeah, moving forward, like definitely make sure that you write the exemplar for the end.
Yeah.
So that you know what they're building toward, and then you can catch it along the way.
Yeah.
If
I don't
you're
think I did that.
seeing things that aren't building toward that.
Yeah.
So really thinking with the end in mind, moving forward. So that's your action step. in terms of reteaching this and getting them to the place where on ANET 2 they can demonstrate mastery of a paragraph, what do you need to do? I'm just pulling up your 6-week plan thing.
Which I have questions about. Because some of our things I just like don't feel like are the most important pressing issues with this unit.
Okay.
Um,
So you have a day before ANET
right.
to teach.
So like their end of unit assessment, like all these days are all, I'm not gonna say not important, but they're like feedback and revising their script. Like their scripts are done this day, and it's all like practice with your group and things like that. So I just don't know if those are my most high priority things before the ANET.
I would prioritize ANET.
Right. So like I could potentially have more days because like they take their end of unit assessment, which is the on-demand revision of their script. So they'll already have written scripts, and like that's where the synthesis of ideas and all blah 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 that comes in. Like that's the thinking I need them to do, but I don't need them to be revising their script. I don't need that.
Okay,
No.
so let's take, so we already, like, during our last TL, came up with kind of like a reteach plan for the, like, the questions and teaching
Yeah,
the questions.
and that's going well.
Good. So maybe we take, like, a day where that's, like, a little bit more explicit and drawn out.
Yeah.
And then the rest is just getting them really good at writing a paragraph and that structure stuff.
And like understanding the topic and then turning that topic into, or is that something different?
No, that's perfect.
Okay.
So I think that, how are you going to teach into that? And how many
Yeah.
days do you want to take? So to stamp it, the teaching point will be what? Kipsters will be able to,
Organize a paragraph. Is that too low? Is that too low?
let's
Or-
look at the standard. What's the language of the standard?
Like, can I do a day for every single thing? Is that silly?
Well,
Like
I
one day
think
we're
I think we need to like hammer in on that one thing because what you want to do with writing is not like let's work on transitions. Like what's the one thing that you think will push them to the next level? And I think
Right.
right now we've identified that it's structure and organization.
So like it would be like introduce a topic, develop the topic, and provide a concluding statement. Are the three
Yes.
organization things? Because like link ideas, I don't think it's gonna kill them if they say like in the text it said like I don't think that's gonna murder them on their test. So I think those are the three big things. So my question is like, do I spend a different day with each, or do I link them like group them all together and practice it multiple times?
To me, what I would do